seasons have changed, and so have we. There was little we could say, and even less that we could do to stop the ice from getting thinner under me and you. We buried our love in the wintry grave, alone
God, this is... Yeah.
2 weeks, and the ice kept getting thinner with every word that we'd speak. And when the spring arrived, we were taken by surprise when the flows under our feet bled into the sea, and nothing was left for you and me.
Global warming is the continuing rise in the average temperature of Earth's atmosphere and oceans. Global warming is caused by increased concentrations of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. There are several greenhouse gases responsible for warming, and humans emit them in a variety of ways.
I have such envy for the stranger lying next to me.
The gas responsible for the most warming is carbon dioxide, also called CO2.
And slips out into the pre-dawn light with no words, a clean escape, no promises or messes made, and chalks it all up to a mistake, mistake, mistake. And there are no tears, just pity and fear. The vast ravine right in between.
Why? Because different greenhouse gases have different heat-trapping abilities. A molecule of methane produces more than 20 times the warming of a molecule of CO2. Nitrous oxide is 300 times more powerful in trapping heat than CO2. Because their concentrations are much lower than CO2, none of these gases adds as much warmth to the atmosphere as CO2 does. Since 1990, yearly emissions have gone up by about 6 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent worldwide, more than a 20% increase. This is the share of total greenhouse gas emissions, EU 27, 2007, based on tons of CO2 equivalent. Presently, we are experiencing the amplified warming, which increases the amount of greenhouse gases, intensifies the greenhouse effect. Higher concentrations of CO2 and other greenhouse gases trap more infrared energy in the atmosphere than occurs naturally. The additional heat further warms the atmosphere and Earth's surface. We see wrappers all over what should have been a green environment. We see people burning their garbage in their homes and on the streets. We even love to shower ourselves with the abundance of fresh water, which could have been saved. All of these things do not really imply that the Philippines is really affected by global warming, which it is in fact, but more of that later. Rather, it seems that Philippines plays a big role as a contributor in global warming. As we know, the air pollution problem is very much present in Metro Manila, and the quality of our motor vehicles is far inferior than to those in first world countries. Our cars and motorcycles emit far more CO2 than the refined ones abroad, which adds up to the world's total in a significant way. Lack of strict implementation of the Republic Acts concerning the environment, such as RA 7586, also known as NEHAS, the Waste Management Act, so on and so forth. The Waste Management Act stated that by 2007, every city should have a waste facility. The recycling and collecting of garbage is also very problematic in the Philippines. Change of light. Replacing one regular light bulb with a compact fluorescent light will save 150 pounds of carbon dioxide a year. Drive less, walk, bike, carpool, or take Metro Transit more often. You'll save 1 pound of carbon dioxide for every mile you don't drive. Recycle more. You can save 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide per year by recycling just half of your household waste. Check your tires. Keeping your tires inflated properly can improve gas mileage by more than 3%. Every gallon of gasoline saved keeps 20 pounds of carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. Use less hot water. It takes a lot of energy to heat water. Use less hot water by installing a low-flow shower head and washing your clothes in cold or warm water. Avoid products with a lot of packaging. Save 1,200 pounds of carbon dioxide if you cut down your garbage by 10%. Plant a tree. A single tree will absorb 1 ton of carbon dioxide over its lifetime. Turn off electronic devices. Simply turning off your television, DVD player, stereo, computer, or your computer monitor when you're not using them will save thousands of pounds of carbon dioxide per year. Unplug. Unplugging power cords when not in use can save up to 20% on home energy use. Simple adjustment of moving your thermostat down just 2 degrees in winter and up 2 degrees in summer could save you about 2,000 pounds of CO2 a year. Skipping meat 1 day per week could help save over 35,000 gallons of water. Cutting meat out of your diet entirely would help save 5,000 pounds of carbon emissions per year.
We got all the memories, so much more we can't see. Better than our first kiss, snow falling
On the social impact of climate change, a paper by Greenpeace Southeast Asia and the Philippines entitled Crisis or Opportunity? Climate Change Impacts in the Philippines cited that the correlation study done on dengue and malaria by Amador showed that these two diseases were most sensitive to climate change as shown by the effect of relative humidity and rainfall on the incidence of these diseases. In fact, the several outbreaks of cholera, dengue, malaria and typhoid fever reported in 1998, a La Nina year, has been attributed to the extreme heat and water shortage brought by El Niño events. The state shall promote and protect the global environment to attain sustainable development while recognizing the primary responsibility of local government units to deal with environmental problems. The state recognizes that the responsibility of cleaning the habitat and environment is primarily area-based. The state also recognizes the principle that polluters must pay. Finally, the state recognizes that a clean and healthy environment is for the good of all and should, therefore, be the concern of all. The Philippine Greenhouse Gas Accounting and Reporting Program, PhilGARP, was launched on November 30th, 2006, with the goal to assist businesses in the Philippines to prepare greenhouse gases, GHG inventories, identify GHG reduction opportunities and participate in programs and projects to reduce GHG emissions. The Glima Climate Change Center of the Manila Observatory serves as the secretariat of PhilGARP. Since 2008, Earth Hour Philippines has celebrated climate change solutions, ranking number 1 globally in terms of town and city participation for both 2009 and 2010. 1,076 cities and municipalities switched off in 2010, while 647 population hubs did so in 2009. About 50 cities and towns switched off during the country's inaugural Earth Hour observance in 2008. 10 million Filipinos saved at least 611 m of electricity during the 2009 switch-off alone, equivalent to a temporary shutdown of a dozen coal-fired power plants. This year's switch-off exceeded 2010 figures by 478 towns and cities.